Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to be making this folio, which I'm calling a folio because it is fall colors. Now this video might say part 1 and part 2 because it was extremely long making it, and I'm going to try to edit it down. I haven't gotten a chance to edit yet. I'm trying to edit down into one video, but it might end up being 2. It's just easier to upload sometimes if it's not extremely long, so I'll probably put them up the same time, 1 and 2, so you can just watch them back to back and not have to wait like a day in between. But they might be split up into part 1 and part 2, or they might be all together. So this is the front, this is the back, just beautiful. And what they are, beautiful papers here, they are flip-ups. Now the flip-ups that I made, we are going to make in a separate video. That'll be part 3 if there's 2 of them. These, what I'm calling ink box cards, ink box journal cards. We're going to be making those at a later date, but I just want to show you what is going to end up going in all these little flips. During the video, I make the journal, and I do decorate and create this one row. I did this off camera because basically it was the same premise for all of these for that, but as it was long enough. Forewarned, there's lots of guffaws and mistakes and faux pas and crafters gremlins that kind of took over for me. It was a challenging video, but as you can see, in the end, it ends up being just beautiful. So hopefully you will stick around and take a watch on the video, and if there's 2, take a watch on the second video, and eventually the last video, which I will decorate the inside of it. So with all that saying, if you do like the video, please give it a thumbs up so we can share the crafting love. All right, so stay tuned. Here comes the process. Okay, so it looks like we're making a fall folio with some flip outs that we have decorated, and we'll throw some little ink box size cards on side. So I guess it's an ink box folio. This is what we'll call it, ink box folio. That's a mouthful. Ink box fall folio. I might put it that way too. We'll see how it goes. So, all right, what we're going to use is I'm going to use this lovely Hungry Man box that has been just dismembered here. Need to talk to the family about opening boxes properly, but I think I can still salvage it. I've got these prints. It's a fall kit from Bontik. I will link it down in the bottom. I've only printed half of the pages that I have in the kit, and I only printed them on copy paper, so they're probably not as clear as they could be on much nicer paper, but there's just a ton of not pretty fall kind of colors. I did not cut the border off yet because I wasn't sure which one I was going to use. And then I've got a selection of solid cardstock that I'm going to use probably for the inside, so that the card will go on there and pop. The fall colors will go on there and pop. I haven't decided that. I picked a array of colors of those out with my folio. And I think I'm just going to start by cutting off this edge roughly, because it's not going to go into my machine very well. How are you today? Hopefully good. We had to take our dog in this morning for his biannual, semi-annual, quarterly haircut. Want to get in too late so he gets shaved down in the winter. That's not good. But he looks so good and he smells so fresh. Okay, so I was thinking about doing the folio, but then also have a flap that goes inside. So if this is a good size flap, so if I make this the front with the flap, I can glue one of those pieces on there. So, all right, so I need to get rid of this side. And I want to keep that. That's going to be the front and the back. So I can get rid of this. So that'll be that, and then I'll have that glued to the flap folio. Now I was also thinking, since this is going to have a whole bunch of flippy floppies going up and down into there, that is going to get a little thicker. So I'm going to want to score it and not just fold it. Okay, how about that? Where do we want to score it? Let's start out with how big this is. This is, we're going to call it 10 inches. It's just a hair shy of 10 inches. So half would be 5. So if half is 5 and I want to make like a ½ inch, do I want to make an inch? Maybe I'll do an inch. So if 5 is the fold, to do an inch spine, I would need to go to 5 1/2 or 4 1/2. We're going to score at 4 1/2, and then we're going to score at 5 1/2. And then I'll leave my inch. Oh, I cut that top bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and cut that. Okay. All right. Where's my better bone folder? I trust that to score because I can't do a bigger one. I've ripped the pages, but I don't trust that to actually fold because it's pretty thin. So there we go, and I'll probably end up cutting this down a little bit just to have the flip on there, but that's not too shabby. And I think I will take the machine and cut that. So let us cut. All right, so I'm going to start by cutting off this part here that's got these glue dots, and that'll be plenty to go. All right, so got my fold, and we just want to straighten this edge. And we just want to straighten that edge. That one's not as bad. Okay. Alright, so technically it's going to go that way because I want the flip out to be that way. It doesn't matter, I'm going to cover it. That my hungry man is probably bigger spine than I should have made, but that's okay. It's going to have 3 layers of flippy flappies in there, so probably actually is better off that way. We're good. Okay, so now I need to cut a piece that is now measured on the spine. Oh, golly, golly, golly. That is, I should probably cut this down to 7 1/2 because now it is just a hair bigger than 7 1/2. And that's going to confuse me. All right, so we're going to cut it down to 7 1/2, which is that golden strip. Seven and a half, beautiful. Okay, all right. So if you want to cut one along with me, it is 7 1/2 inches tall, and since I'm planning on putting one of these papers on the top, being this is 8 1/2 inches, 7 1/2 is probably a good size. So its piece is 7 1/2, and it is, each page is, oh, we're gonna call it 4 1/2, and then an inch spine and 4 1/2, so we have the 10 inch. So 4 1/2 inch, 4 1/2, and then I got my little flippy floppy that's about an inch. So I have a piece that's 11, right? Piece that's 11 by 7 1/2. Okay, so now we need to cut my flippy flappy to add onto here. So I don't want it to be the full, what did I say, 4.5, because I don't want it to be touching. So maybe do a 4-inch flippy flop. So it comes into there. Do 4 by 7. I think that'll work. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna cut this off because I definitely don't need it. And cut this part off. I definitely don't need it. I was only hesitating because I'm like, should I cut it that way first or should I cut it the other way first? Okay, so it needs to be 7 inches long. So I think I'm gonna have to use my big, I'm gonna have to get my behemoth out for this. Look at 7 on that. Okay, so we need 7 inches. Bent. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get rid of the bend and we're gonna cut 4. Hopefully I did that right because I got like no box left. I did not. What size was this? 7.5. Oh, bummer. Bummer. Do I dare do that? Probably not. Oh, Lisa, what have you done? What have you done? I don't want to shorten this to 7. I glue stuff on there. That maybe won't be flippy floppy, but it probably will. I glue stuff and then it gets glued on there. All right, I'm gonna go find another box. Let's do that. All right, so I didn't put you through the painful escapade. I did find another box. I did cut it to 7.5 by 4, so yay, it'll work. I'm gonna glue it on after I have covered it. For that, so I have decided to use this for the cover of the folio. I figure this will look nice there, and then got some trees in the back. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And we gotta make sure that it goes this way because I want the flap going out. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some glue on here. Trying not to make a huge mesh, but probably should use fabric tack, but it's paper. Not as much on the edge as I thought. Oops, I thought this was only 10. Oh, it was 11. Okay, I was measuring the inside. That's where I got confused. Where I thought I could fold it over. No, I forgot to put the art glue to go on there. Well, we are just rolling with mistakes today, aren't we? It'll be okay. No mistakes, no accidents, just opportunities to learn how to craft differently. right? Yes. Okay, so probably should wait for this to dry, but it's called Impatience. It's gonna be covered up anyway. Okay. What's that book? My son read it when he was younger. Series of misunfortunate mistakes. Series of misfortune, something like that. This is basically what this is. All right, so might have to put some washi tape or something on the end here. The ink doesn't seem to be too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. I can deal with that. My edge that I cut that I shouldn't have. We'll just ink that fold over. We'll ink this fold over. Yeah, I can live with that. Cute cover, even with all its serious flaws. Okay, so this guy, I was thinking about doing this part for the top. So this will be a little easier because I can glue this down and definitely wrap it over. Even though I shouldn't worry too much, I was gluing something for a different project this afternoon, and I wanted to have this side up, and I glued the dickens out of it, and I'm like, no, that's the side I wanted up. So I ended up gluing the other side, putting it down, and it just now kind of has a textury feel of how this dried. So it was kind of a happy mistake because I think it sealed it in because it's an older page. So it should have been my first clue to maybe not craft today. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so let us cut this a little bigger so I can fold it over. All right, so we're gonna cut the corners out. Make this just a tad shorter. Don't need it that big. And okay. All right, so I'm gonna pre-fold this up so it's got a nice crease. Look at me doing something correct. It's amazing when you do that, when you do this with a piece of paper along there and you fold it up, you can just feel it gives, like it knows that it needs to go there. It's kind of an amazing thing. All right, we're gonna use this just because I can Make sure it gets on there a little better. All right, well, the way this thing's going, this is definitely not going to be a one-part video. This might be assemble the cover for the folio and then do the decorations at some other point, because this has been a little more of a challenge than I thought it would be. So, okay. We're getting there, though. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Isn't that another saying? I'm just full of sayings wise today. Man, I wish I had folded that over. Oh, that is so cute. I didn't get a chance to look at it. All right, well, that is going to be fun when I glue it down. Okay, so we need to cover the inside. Not that this will be covered, but I just want that piece to come down. Okay. So we need to cover the inside, and I did want to do it with something solid, because when we go and glue our layers of flippy floppies in there, they're going to have either prints like that, since I haven't decided which they're going to be, or something like that on the top, but there's going to be lots of colors. So I'm thinking so I brought these colors from my stash. And there's going to be a bit of black showing. I really do like that green, but I am not too sold about it on the, I am liking that color. I am liking this orangey color. Okay. Now I'm probably going to need the second one, because that would be how my life goes, but we'll see. Okay. Now this is not going to get wrapped around, but could I wrap it around? Okay, so we need to cut this. All right, so I'm going to cut it just shy of 7.5. Okay. Okay. You did it, Lisa. You did it. I did, thank you. I'm so proud of you. Me too. I've lost my ever-loving mind, it appears. Okay. All right, so we're going to glue that as close as we can to the top, and I'm going to center it because I can go ahead and, yeah, okay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to throw this glue in the center. Okay. Okay, we're going to put it on the top so I can see to make sure it gets covered all the way to the top. Thought I missed that. Okay. That's a little drunkenly crooked, but thank goodness it's a solid and you can't really tell too much. Except down here. Oy vey. Just when I thought it was going good. Now I've said it recently on several of my most recent videos, and I'll just reiterate it again. I don't do these ahead of time. When you see me do them, it is absolutely probably the first time I've done something, so that when I make mistakes, you can learn from my mistakes and know that you don't have to be too afraid to do this. Okay. Cut away the crooked. Now you can see the box here, but it doesn't matter. That's my flippy flappy. That is gonna be covered. Okay. All right, well this is definitely starting to roll a little bit from the lovely glue. Where are my, couldn't figure out where my folds were. And just get them a little bit going. I don't want to totally get them folded right now, but just want to, I'm getting a hand cramp. This one, start to work that a little bit. Okay, all right, well, this is going to be really cute when it's done. I'm going to put this aside for now so I can finish with my flippy flappy and glue him down. Now this guy, I think I can be a little bit more precise with and center him. Get my cutter out. Okay, so this is 7.5. So if I cut a 7-inch piece, here's a thought, Lisa. Beautiful. Now we're going to go this way. We're going to cut it right there. Spectacular. All right. To save myself some worry, I think I'm going to just distress this ever so slightly. But like I said, by the time the flippy flappies go in there, not going to really see too much, so I don't think I'm going to waste the energy to do those. So, okay. My dog is sleeping underneath my feet right now. You know, hard day at the spa, as we like to call it. And he smells so yummy. I don't know what kind of shampoo they use, but he always smells so good when he comes back. I think it's an oatmeal or something. funny because I'm pretty sure I spend more on him getting groomed and pampered than I do on myself. He just gets his nails done, his hair clipped, all shampooed, fluffed and buffed. Nice little bandana. They threw a cute little batik fall color, oranges and yellows, very similar to colors like this. Batik fabric. They're always a bandana, so it was cute this time. I was glad to see a nice fall color. Last time in the winter they gave him a fleece one. I was hoping they weren't going to give him a fleece one. It's like, it's not that cold out yet. Okay, let's get this glue stick back in here. And all right, I don't think we're dry enough to glue, but that is going to get glued onto there and fold it over. I'll probably leave a little bit of space to glue it, and then I have it. So, all right, well, let's start cutting. At least maybe get our flippy flappies cut here so that even if I don't get them glued on today, for the next video, I will have them prepped and ready to go. And you will have sizes so that you can do the same. Okay, so I am using the black, like I said, for the flippy flaps because I thought it's gonna look good against the solid. And then I'm covering it with more of that paper that I've got. So like this one, I would decide that I want to put, you know, some of these trees and this bird. So I would cut that piece out and we would put that piece on there, which I probably will because that's cute. All right, and I'm calling it an Ink Box Fall Folio because this size of the card is 3x3, which is the size of, not the top of the ink box, the bottom of the ink boxes are 3x3, and they have the roundest shape. So they are ink box cards. So those are 3x3, but these I cut slightly bigger. I cut these 3.5 by 4. And the reason I did that is because I'm going to score them at 1/2 inch, which will leave a 3.5 by 3.5 square, which will leave a 3x3 to go on top. So let us cut our black ones. I got started on that. So we are gonna, like I said, we are gonna cut 4-inch, I'm sorry, we're gonna cut 3.5 inch strips. And unfortunately it does leave a little piece left. Ooh, 3.5. I think I'll use the smaller one to cut the other way. I can. Okay, so like I said, these are 3.5 inch by 4. So since these are 12, we will get 3 strips out of them. So we're going to cut 4. And 4, and hopefully this was 12. Hair off. A hair off. That could have been my measurements too. All right. Okay, so all of those are 4 by 3.5. So we're going to take the 4-inch side, make sure it's to the 4. We don't want to do it that way. Got the 4-inch side, and we're going to score them at the 1/2 inch mark so that we can fold them over and make our flippy flappies. So they're gonna go that way. And like I said, then this one will be up here. And I'm not sure how many we're gonna be able to fit in there until I start gluing them down. Probably 4 or 5, I would think. Yeah, so that is how we're gonna take care of those. I'll do those off camera. I don't need to bore you with the details on that. And why are you two so much bigger? I could just feel they were bigger. And I have 3.5 and 3.5. I'm guessing one of the 12 by 12s was a little bigger than 12 by 12. Yeah, they're much, yeah, now they're all the right size. Okay. All right, well that's closer. It goes okay with it. Okay. Not sure what happened there, but I have so many old scrapbook pages that were from multiple paper packs. So I'm sure I got 15 different shades of these things. Okay, so these are the ink box cards, so they need to be 3 by 3. So we're gonna, okay, the question is, was this really? All right, we're gonna cut a 6. And we're gonna hope this was 6. See, it's not, it's just a bit shy. It's okay. Okay, so we'll cut this down to 3. It's just a hair off. We're okay. All right, I feel better now. I thought it was like an 1/8, more than an 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so we got 3-inch strips. Seems like they're okay the other direction too. Okay, so I'm going to cut those in half to 6, and then we'll cut them to 3. All right, so the ink box cards are all 3 by 3 now, and I'm going to take each one of these and I'm going to round them using the biggest hole in my rounder. Now, I didn't mention before, I did use definitely cardstock, which is a lot heavier, not thinner scrapbook paper, because I wanted to hold up to be able to do this. So I'm not going to bore you with all of that cutting either, but that is what we're going to do. And like I said, we're going to have those like that, or inside when we flip them up, and do those. So this one I already did on the top. So when I go to glue it in the book, so this is going to be the inside of the book. So it's either going to be that way. I got one done already, or that way. Well, I think I kind of like it that way. There's going to be all different pictures. So like the next one would be like that. do it this way, then you're going to see more black. As you got a picture, you're going to see. Now, you know, I don't like that because it's going to look weird seeing just part of that ink box and that. So, okay, well that answered that. Took me a minute, but I got there. So we are going to cover the tops of these with these pictures, and then the inside we will put our ink box, and I might throw a bit of washi tape there, or possibly some of the strips of these that we don't use to do that. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. Okay, so this is still probably not, it's getting there, but not quite there yet. It's going to be so cute. Okay, let it sit for a few minutes, and I think what I'll do is I'll glue one of these on here to show you what I'm going to do with that. All right, so I'm going to fold this down because I don't want to glue on the flap because that flap is going to get glued down. So I'm just going to put the glue on this side. Now I probably should cut out a piece that would fit on there, but my thought is if I do that, I might shorten it, and then I have to cover the black up. So I'm going to go with my best guess, which is probably not the best thing to do today in my crafting follies, but that's just how I roll. And I probably also could have put a little bit of art glitter glue underneath there. Okay, so now we're going to flip it over. It's almost like making a master board too if you do it this way. I know it's not really, but you kind of don't see what it's going to look like. You sort of know because you've seen the picture on there, but you haven't really seen it edged and cut off, which I think is the part where it really pops. Okay, and here we go. How cute. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and edge this. I've decided, even though this is kind of works, or they already look like they're grunged, I think this kind of gives it a vignette look. When you do this, kind of hones it in, or it makes you focus more on that, and any white parts that we cut off the sides will also get taken care of. Cute, 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 cute. Yeah, so I'll figure out after I glue them all, like how I want them to go. Something like that, or do you want, you know, like that, you know what's below it. Yeah, cute. So, you know, I don't know if I'd want, I mean, I could have, that might be fun, because then we got some blue peeking out, like a river scene with a bit of the landscape. Well, we're going to give it a shot. All I can do is, if I don't like it when it's cut out, is I don't use it for the project, right? All right, glue to all the corners. Really got a lot of glue on that corner. All right. That is the top, and okay. Yeah, interesting. I think this one's going to be interesting and sticky. All right, we'll roll the glue off. We're all good. And let's cut. Stuck to my scissors. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. I like that because, like I said, now when you have 3 in a row, that pop of color looks really nice. And you can still tell there was woods and a lake. Yeah, they don't all have to be, you know, very specific. I like it. Okay. All right, let's see how our, I'm gonna use the art glitter glue if I glue this down, so I'm gonna close that up. Let's see how this is going. See if I can get this folded in. Really gotta get a good push on this because this is thick with the Hungry Man and cardstock and the scrapbook paper. I don't want to rip the paper. I want to make sure it gets folded good. All right, let's get this one. Okay. All right, let's do this side of this one. It's kind of cool. It almost looks like there's a border on there as it is. I like that bottom. Okay. All right, so let us glue our flippy flappy down. Okay, it'll be okay because I'll cut. Yeah, oh, I almost had a little brain fart there and said, "Wait a second, that's not how you want to do it." But it's okay. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty straight. Okay. I guess I probably didn't have to put that paper on that side, but then I probably should have had it folded over, not like it is, so I don't see the edge. I don't think I inked this edge. Put a little ink on this. Alright, well, I'm not too worried about that, even though it's white, because it's going to get covered up with these guys. Alright, well, let's do a couple more of those. I'll get the flippy flap glued down, see how many fits, and then I'll know how many of the other ones is, and then we'll call this video good. Alright, so let's find a couple more pictures we want to use here. That could be fun with that wall. I like that one. Let's see. Ooh, that mushroom one would be fun. I like the colors on that. Oh, I like that mountain sun. That could be fun. I only printed half of. Ooh, I like that cabin better. I only printed half of them. I think I said that earlier. So if I need more, I still got some more versions to print. I just got tired of waiting for them to print. So I stopped printing. Okay, I think I'm going to start with this mushroom one because he is fun. All right, so I need to score a couple more cards here. 1/2 inch. All right, so 3 more. Get 3 more glued down, and we'll see how those fit to be glued down. That will work. So while I'm gluing these, just a reminder, as of right now, as I'm filming this, I still have not reached the 1,000 subscriber for my giveaway. So if you've not seen that yet, and I will link it at the end of the video. You want to check it out. Straighten that a little bit. There we go. I will link that video. I'm giving away my bee journal. It's a beautiful 3 signature journal. It's huge, like weighs like 1.5 pounds. It's beautiful. So if you haven't seen that, check out the end of the video. I got a link there, or a link in the description also. Let that dry a minute. We'll do the next one. Let's do the cabin. Yeah, I should be able to get this cabin in there. Yeah, I'll be able to. Yeah, so I'll link the video for that. You can check that out. Let us cut the first one that dried, or should be dried, my mushroom. See how this one comes out. That's definitely one thing nice about digitals is I can always reprint this page and use it again. Like I said, I put the link in the description for this. I got them on sale. The kits were like not even like $3. I think they were on sale. So there was a lot of stuff in those kits. Okay. Oh, that's cute. I love it. Okay, let's see if we can get it. Oh, that's cute on the next one for our house. All right, which one do I want on top? I think I want the mushroom on top. Yeah, I think I want the mushroom on top. And then that'll go below it. That'll go below it. I'll see if it fits. It might save that for another topper. And the leaves. Okay, we'll see if these fit. If I have to, I'll put that on the bottom. Or maybe I'll switch if I know it's going to fit. Okay, that's the plan. All right, so we're going to use glitter glue. And I'm going to put the art glitter glue on the flap. And then I'm going to turn my book around so I can see the top. All right, I'm gonna put it near the top, but not on the top. And I'm gonna try to figure out where center is. Try to get this as straight as possible. Because as you go, if it's not straight, you're gonna start meandering, I'm sure. Okay, super cute. All right, so the next one, dun dun dun. Oh, the anticipation. Okay. All right, so this one is gonna go buttered up to that one. And we're gonna make sure it's straight, and it is. I'm more concerned, I think, that that's straight necessarily than it is totally butted up. And making sure that glue doesn't stick it down. Get that glue out of there. Yeah, so cute. Okay, so this one's gonna be next. All right, looks like I definitely can stick one more in here. And I probably should have put a probably a little too late now. I should have put a spine in here too. Well, if I do a spine, that'll make it a little closer. That would work okay. And these guys will still fit because there's actually plenty of room there. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Throw another spine in there. Let's use this. I don't think it's not going to rip the paper. It's pretty thick, but I think it's going to give a better spine on that, or better. Ooh, the fold actually came through. Oh yeah, that's much better. It's like right at the edge of the thing, which is fine. But when it does that and gets fat, it'll be perfect. Oh my gosh. That's called a few. That's what that's called. Just work that in there. Yeah. Okay. And that actually worked out pretty good for a spine there because it's just a solid thing. Yeah. Oh my. I love it. Okay, so I want to do one more card for this side, and I will call it done. And I will finish, I think, the rest of them. And then we'll have, or maybe that'll be the second video, where we throw some decoration inside of these to actually make the ink box cards. Yeah. Cute. Okay, so we gotta find one more scene that I want to use. I want to do the sun. I want to do the sun. Okay, let's do the sun. Oh, don't do that. Okay. Okay, let's cut this bad boy out and see if I made the right decision. And if you're hanging in with me, bless your little heart, because this has been a train wreck. A cute project, but look at that. I love that. Oh my gosh. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I guess I can forgive my train wreck just a little bit. Okay. All right, one last glue down. Doesn't help that I'm like extremely hungry too. And I have no idea what I'm having for dinner. My husband went out to visit his sister. And I'm all on my own. I hate cooking for one. Can I say? I am not a fan. Oh my gosh, I just love this. I love it. Mushroom, and then we'll decorate, put something. And that. I probably could fit one more. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. So that would be 24, and I can get 12 of these out of a 12 by, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that doesn't matter. How do I get 15? These are 3 by 3. So you get 3 into 12 is 4. 4, oh, 16. I'm missing one. There's 16 of them. Okay, that makes sense. So it doesn't matter if there is, I was thinking if there was 12, but you can get out of these the 4 by 4. You get 3 per row, 12, so 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that would be perfect. That would be like two sheets. Okay, so I'm good. I just didn't want to have to go into an extra one, you know? All right, I also have, maybe, I don't know, I want to go into that, but I also have this medieval kit that I just printed from Bontik too. That's got lots of fall colors. So maybe I'll have one of these. I just printed the sheets on these, but there's some fun colors that would definitely go with this. I'm thinking I'm liking that because it's got the string of blue. So this is the, oh, I guess I'm gonna link this kit too. I'm gonna do a different project with this, but this could be fun on here. So let's do this. Mixed and matched, I say. Not all fall kits. I seem to have lost my glue sheet. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's fun. Add a little splash of color to the bottom. Okay. 6 hours later, or I should say for the older folks, you've been on a 3-hour tour with me. Just a 3-hour tour. The crafting started getting rough. If you know, you know. Move over. Not too bad. Not the best down there, but I like that. Should have put a little bit more color on the bottom, but okay. Well, I'm sure with some weight on these will start to go down a little bit too, but I love it. I absolutely love it. So this is gonna flip in here. I'm gonna have 8 there, 8 there, 8 there. Quite the folio. I love it. Okay, well, hopefully you've learned some things along the way of what not to do when doing this. But hopefully you have definitely learned some ways to do this. I love this. This is so cute. I could not be more excited. So, all right, so the next video I have for this is going to involve decorating some of our Inkbox cards. I also have, what I used here was, I'll show you a sneak peek, is mulberry fabric, or mulberry paper, where it puts a little water on there and you rip it and it becomes all frayed. I've got these with some great jewel tone colors, and then I've got another one that's got some a little bit more brights, but there's some oranges and some greens that would be good for the fall journal too in here. I got them on clearance for $2 each, and I used to work at Joann Fabric, so I know this date of 0604 was when it would be discarded, written off, which was June of 2004. So these are verging on 20-year-old papers. So they probably were in the stores more than 20 years ago, because they don't clearance them until years after you've carried them probably. And yeah, so 20-year-old mulberry papers that I had in my scrapbooking that I found. But like I said, they're very cool, because like I said, you just take a, this is why I had water on my desk. You just take a little water and you put a little line, and it then tears right where you put the water, and you've got this fun little thing. So yeah, I'm gonna be making some cards with mulberry. I'm looking forward to these Inkbox cards, but that has to be another video, another day, and hopefully less discombobulated Lisa will show up. So all right, well, that's it for me today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so you can see more of these kind of videos. Don't forget to go back and look at that giveaway video too. And if you have liked this video, a thumbs up would be awesome to show me that my nutness has not interfered in your life in any way. So, all right, that's going to be it for me today. As usual, have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.